What's going on, everybody? It is Tips Tuesday, and today I'm going to be going over some of my favorite guitar practice tips. Okay, first things first, tune your guitar. That's my number one tip for beginners. You don't have to tune your guitar every single practice of each day. Like if you practice 3 times in one day, you just want to tune your guitar the first practice of the day. You don't need to tune it every time unless you think something sounds off. Then you would want to check your tuning. So tuning your guitar, first practice tip. Another practice tip, my second one, is to set goals. It's very important to have like a daily goal, what you want to accomplish that day with your practice, what you want to accomplish with the week, a month, 60 days, 90 days, to a year. Obviously, the longer the amount of time, the bigger the goal is going to be. And that goes hand in hand kind of with determining a practice schedule. What you could do is figure out how much time you have to practice, and each week write out what you're going to practice while you're playing guitar. What I like to do is time each task. Like let's say I have 5 things to do, like song wise, or hey Rachel and Nathaniel, if I have 5 things I need to practice, I would time them. Like I have 10, it takes me 10 minutes to do this one, 30 minutes to do this, 20 minutes to do this, 5 minutes to do this, etc. So then you go on your schedule and you say, oh, I have 15 minutes here. What can I practice in that 15 minutes? That helps you also not to get sidetracked and get stuck on just one thing. You can say like, okay, I'll practice this for 10 minutes and then I'll practice this for 5 minutes, instead of like, oh, I'm just going to practice this one thing for a half an hour and not get anything else done. So, and there are daily steps that you can take to ensure that you can accomplish your goals. That would be obviously practicing. No, I'm just playing. You could watch other people. You could, I don't even know what I was going to say. But anyway, hi, Kim. I lost my train of thought, and then I'm just going to give up on that. So anyway, practice. We're talking about practicing and how long you're going to practice, determining your practice schedule, setting goals. You can use a timer and a metronome, and you can also record yourself. Using a timer is helpful for people who feel like they're going to go over time, so they don't practice because they're like, oh, every time I practice, I end up practicing too long, and then I just don't practice because I have other stuff to do. So you just want to use a timer in that case, like set it for 30 minutes, and then when the timer goes off, you obviously would stop playing the guitar. Hi, Anthony. And a metronome is really good for getting really good timing and rhythm. So you can use an old school metronome, or you could use a metronome app called Pro Metronome. That's one of my favorite apps. I love it. It's free and it works really good, and it has different sounds, so you don't have to always use like the same clicking metronome sound that a lot of people actually hate because they took piano lessons when they're younger and they're traumatized, so they hate that sound. And another good practice tip is to record yourself. You can do that audibly or visually or both. That way you can see how good you actually are, like how well you're progressing, and you can also correct mistakes. Another practice tip is to start slow. A lot of people, when they are beginning and they are practicing, they want to practice everything at the normal speed that is supposed to be done, and they don't actually get it down. They actually hinder their progress. So what you want to do is practice things slowly and then speed them up. On YouTube, you can actually take the playback speed and slow it down. So that could help you. Like when I'm learning guitar solos, and I can't play them super fast. I don't ever try to learn them fast at first anyway. I take the YouTube video and I literally put it on half speed or 75% speed, 75% speed, excuse me. And I practice it that way, and then I speed it up to the next level. Like if I do it half speed, then I'll speed it up to 75%, and then I'll speed it up to full speed once I can do it at half speed, 75 speed, and then I practice at full speed. I never practice it full speed at first, and you should never be doing that when you're a beginner and learning something new. What's up, Earl? And so not to play too fast, take it slow. And then you also want to practice things it's called chunking. When you chunk a song, you practice it in parts. Like you don't learn the whole song at one time. You learn like one measure or one line or whatever, and then you get that down, and then you add to it. You don't want to keep learn all of it at one time. That can be very frustrating, and especially if you're trying to go fast and you're trying to learn all this stuff at once, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna lose my mind. I've been playing guitar for 20 years, and I would feel like that if I did that. So I can imagine how beginners feel. Another practice tip is to visualizing stuff in your mind. Like what I mean by stuff is you playing the song and you playing the chords well. A lot of things start in your mind, they come out in your actions. And sorry, I'm like reading comments and then I lose my train of thought. I need to like not look at the comments. You visualize it in your mind. So imagine yourself playing things perfectly. Imagine yourself hitting the chord perfectly. Imagine yourself changing the chords. Like, how do you change the chords? Like, which finger do you lead with? Visualize that stuff in your mind. It will come out in your actions. And my last tip is, what's up, Jamie and Lawrence? Hold on, I got Instagram going. What's up, Owen? I don't know. Do you want to follow? Do I want to follow you on Instagram? Okay, I don't know about that. But anyway, last tip that I have is to take a break. If you're frustrated or your fingers and hands are hurting, you need to take a break. And you can either stretch your fingers. You can go on YouTube and look up stretching videos for guitarists or any kind of hand stretching videos. It doesn't have to be for guitarists particularly. Or you can take a break and do something else. Like you can go pet your dog or feed your fish or go garden, read a book. I would say take a break for a minimum of 10 minutes. And then if you want to hop back into what you're doing, then that's cool. But hi, Ann. You don't really need to, I guess I'm looking at the comments. You don't need to come back that day. Like if you're totally over playing the guitar and you're over it, just take a break for the rest of the day and come back tomorrow. So those are my practice tips for today for playing guitar. And let me know where you're watching in from. And if this is the replay, #replay. Don't forget to share this out and like it if you love it. So I hope you have a great night and I will see you tomorrow.